gaining self-consciousness is one part of the process for cosmic consciousness. Gain self-consciousness and take it easy in the outside activity. These are the two phases of. Now, to gain self-consciousness, we have only to meditate. Take the word and it's gone and self-consciousness is gained. Now, to take the word and slip into that being, no devotion is necessary. This meditation is a mechanical process. We take a word and the word and the word and it's gone and self-consciousness is it. So, for meditation, we don't need devotion. For outside activity, we don't need devotion. So, devotion doesn't come into the picture or into the process of gaining cosmic consciousness.
You said if a cosmically conscious man leaves his body, he leaves the relative word. Does that mean that he comes into a state where he cannot realize God consciousness anymore?
Yes. Because he becomes abstract and that's all. In order to realize God consciousness, this physical structure has to be.
That doesn't sound very good.
That is why we do something about it. Start doing something about it, so that by the time we get cosmic consciousness, we also get God consciousness. And you don't have to be worried about it. I'll take care of it. I am keenly watching your progress, and as you are little more and sufficiently advanced on the path to cosmic consciousness, then before you are expected to arrive at that level of cosmic consciousness, you will start something so that by the time you get cosmic consciousness, you get God consciousness also. After that, it's not much to be done to get God consciousness, though something has to be done, but it's not much. There have been instances in the history where those in God consciousness talked to those in cosmic consciousness without God consciousness. And a great ideological tug of war. Great ideological tug of war that is recorded. I think I will not enter into it, but because in this world, in the West, we don't have that conception of devotion. Conception of freedom is there in great degree. Freedom. And freedom goes with cosmic consciousness. Devotion and surrender. Devotion and surrender and giving up oneself to someone another. This is strange in this civilization. Therefore, But you don't have to worry about it. We'll do something about it so that you will have an easy escape from this difficulty. In India, it's a different story. The whole civilization is on dependence. The child depends on mother. Mother depends on father. Father depends on God. And as the child grows, he begins to depend on his teacher. So this culturing of the heart and mind on dependence doesn't belong to this civilization, where right from the beginning it's freedom. That is why I don't much talk about devotion unless, as I said, you get near that level of cosmic consciousness, and then you have risen above the impacts or the influence of the civilization. By the time you have got near to cosmic consciousness, you are much above the considerations of this or that or that or that, and then you easily adopt what seems to be useful.
May I ask a question? If cosmic consciousness is emerging with the Absolute, and one's individuality is lost, then, and if Christ was cosmically conscious, is there then any use in prayer to him? Or is he simply a historic figure?
Firstly, we must understand one principle. According to our understanding of cosmic consciousness, it is maintenance of self-consciousness permanently. A man acts, in any way he acts, but he maintains self-consciousness, and that is cosmic consciousness. Therefore, by no act of anyone can he be determined whether he is cosmic consciousness or not. It is not possible. Principally, it is not possible to say about anyone whether he or she is cosmic consciousness or not. We cannot say whether one is or one is not. Both things we cannot say. Therefore, in terms of cosmic consciousness, it is not right to begin to look to any personality. Principally, it will be wrong. If we say Christ was cosmic consciousness or Buddha was cosmic consciousness, now how do we say it? By what speech or action of his we can deduce that he was cosmic consciousness? Because we cannot say because he went this way, so he was cosmic consciousness. He did not go this way because he was cosmic consciousness. He said this because so he was cosmic consciousness, or he said this, therefore he was cosmic consciousness. Because all speech is included in cosmic consciousness. Any action is included in cosmic consciousness. Therefore, by no speech and by no action can we judge whether the speaker or the actor is cosmic consciousness or not. We just cannot say. There is no balance to measure. Regarding the validity of prayer, no matter to whom, but if prayer is answered, then it proves two things: that our manner of prayer is effective, and someone to whom we are praying is also effective to return the blessings. And if prayer is not answered, then also we have two conclusions. Either someone to whom we are praying is no good, or our manner of prayer is no good. There again we are not in a position to decide. If our prayer is not answered, then also we cannot decide whether, which way, whether we are no good or whether he is no good. Our manner of prayer is no good, or his manner of response is weak. There again we can't say anything. But if the prayer is answered, then both the things are okay. He is effective and we are effective.
The lady says, but couldn't one judge from outside if somebody is really bad? Because you said that if somebody has risen to cosmic consciousness, he's in accordance with the natural laws, and that somebody who is in accordance with the laws of nature could not be outspokenly bad. Of course, one could not judge with somebody who is good, but if somebody is, one could exclude some people who are really mischievous from having cosmic consciousness.
On the gross level, could do. It could be possible to. But when we look into precision and principle, it's true that cosmic consciousness is gained through long time practice. And by the time it's gained, one does become all good. It's natural. One does become all good. But there could be an occasion. There could be an occasion in the cosmic purpose. See, there are two levels. The level of the individual life and the level of the cosmic life. See, like the one home and the whole, all the 1,000 homes, the whole society. One individual and the whole society. Like that, one individual atmosphere and the cosmic atmosphere. The purpose of individual life and cosmic purpose. Now, if cosmic purpose is marred or is destroyed by someone, then the cosmic purpose would demand that man should be destroyed as soon as possible. Now some cosmic consciousness, some man who is cosmic consciousness, he is the fittest tool in the hand of the divine to save the cosmic purpose. Maybe he gets an idea and he kills that man. Now, cosmically conscious man has killed a man. And in view of the individual consideration, he is a sinner and a killer, and he must get punishment. In view of the cosmic purpose, he has served the will of God. So obviously, looking from the human standpoint, he deserves punishment. Whereas, by doing that act, he has helped the cosmic purpose. Now, in such a case, now we are talking of principle. In such a case, what has happened? Cosmic conscious man has, whatever he has done, he has saved the cosmic purpose. For himself, he has risen to that state of complete detachment, complete unalignment with what he does, because he has risen to eternal freedom. Having killed, he has not killed. That is his status. Even having killed, he has not killed, because he is not involved. He is not involved in killing. Some hand might have done it. But he himself is in eternal freedom. So, from the consideration of his side, he has not done the act of killing. But from the standpoint of someone looking at the action of killing, he has killed. That is why we cannot say whether the action is right or wrong. From our vision, it was wrong. Killing is always wrong. But that killing has served the cosmic purpose. In view of the unseen nature, he is perfectly alright. And he doesn't deserve anything, and he is not going to get the punishment or anything, because he is above any punishment or anything. But from our social standpoint, he deserves. That is why principally we say that it's difficult to determine whether. Now this we are talking about the principle. Ordinarily we can say, yes, he is an ordinary man and he is a sinner and he is no good in this. But from the standpoint of cosmic consciousness, principally we cannot.
Will he, as man, stand under human law and create new karma? Or will he not? Will he be free from new karma and have the protection of God?
Karma, as long as the body is there, he will be engaged in karma. But by doing the karma, he will not produce the influence for future karma. But as long as the body is there, he will indulge in karma.
If he creates karma, then karma must be something which goes into future also.
A man has deposited something in the bank, and if he dies, not found, then that property is inherited by the heir. As he is not found, so whosoever inherits, his successor, he inherits that property. Like that, the karma that the cosmic consciousness man does, whatever influence is produced, that influence is shared by all other people, not by him. Everyone else in the universe inherits that, shares that karma. He remains uninvolved.
You just said there could be a man who goes against the cosmic purpose or God's purpose. Now, could it be from the highest point of view possible at all that one could be against God's purpose? Because from the highest point of view, even the devil is within God's purpose.
God's purpose is evolution. A big stream, a very big forceful stream flowing like that. Like that is the force of evolution carrying all creatures everywhere in the cosmos towards higher and higher evolution. A big stream flowing. All the logs and everything flows there. But man, if he wants, he could raise his hand, flowing in that direction. He could raise the hand, and when he raises the hand, the splash of the current force splashes his hand. The man can do to try to stand there. If he tries to stand there, then the splash is greater. Then as if the slap is greater, the punishment is greater, or the suffering. So, by trying to obstruct the great irresistible force of nature for evolution, man suffers. He can't resist it altogether, but in his attempt to resist, he begins to suffer. So, suffering is man's own creation. Retardation in the great stream of evolution is man's own individual effort. God's purpose is to take them all quick to highest evolution. But man, if he wants, he could resist that and keep on suffering. This is how suffering comes. Suffering is not in the scheme of God. Devil is not in the scheme of God. We create a devil for ourselves. Devil is what? Direct cause of suffering. Direct cause of suffering is devil, but the suffering we have created for ourselves by resisting that tremendous force of evolution. Man can do it. Man can do it.
So if a man would swim always with the stream, and then he would always be in divine bliss. So if he is in divine bliss, then this bliss would seem like nothing to him if he's always in it and there's nothing else. So he thought that suffering would be necessary just to make this bliss to be felt by the.
We don't have to feel the light. What we do is make use of it and work in the light. It's not necessary to remember the light, that we are in the light and we are in the light all the time. What is necessary is that our activity is not obstructed, and for that we have the light. It is not necessary to keep on putting off the light and keep on putting on the light so that we may remember that the light is there, the light is there. What is the use of that light? The use of that light is not that we remain conscious of the light. The use of the light is that we work better and unobstructed. We take bath and throughout the day we feel fresh. Now, in order to enjoy freshness, we don't have to put on the mud. Because if we don't put on the mud, we fail to enjoy that we are fresh. It's enough that we are fresh and we remain fresh. We don't have to know that we are extra. In order to know that we are fresh, we must put on the mud and then know that we are fresh, and certainly we don't want the mud, then remove again. For an engineer, it's not necessary to forget all mathematics so that he may enjoy his engineering knowledge. Suffering is not necessary to enjoy bliss.
Could a man who has resisted the stream for a long time, just like nothing, begin to swim with it, or will he always feel influenced to resist again?
No, not necessary. We start to meditate and we flow towards the stream.
But obviously it seems to be that also those who meditate for some time are suffering.
They must be suffering less than before.
That seems to be obvious.
Yes. When we proceed towards the light, we are in a better light. Maybe we are not in complete light, but we are better than before.
Pertaining to evolution, you said that cosmic consciousness is a natural human state. Now, could it be that if that was the natural state, that man was intended for that state and was in that state, and somehow through his own resistance has fallen back to his present state? Or is it so that he came up from a lower state of consciousness and now cosmic consciousness is the crown of his evolution?
Both we will accept. Both. For some that may be true, for some this may be true.
Could one say something more about that state of a man who has died in cosmic consciousness? In God consciousness.
One doesn't die in God consciousness, nor one dies in cosmic consciousness. Death doesn't touch them. God consciousness and cosmic consciousness are the states of eternal life. Death doesn't touch them.
Gentleman wants to know whether the difference between God consciousness and cosmic consciousness, whether this changes, if I have understood him right, by the leaving of the body. Because you said cosmic consciousness is an abstract state, and God consciousness is something more. So now, if he's leaving the body, then this difference would remain, or this difference would not remain.
No difference in any of it. Body ceases to function. Body ceases to function. Nothing happens to his universal status. God consciousness is as universal status as cosmic consciousness. In both the states, one gains universal existence.
Does one need to get to God consciousness, the grace of God, or is it enough to use the technique to get from cosmic consciousness to God consciousness?
Technique is by the grace of God.
Yesterday you have spoken about devotion, and the lady wants to know something more about devotion.
Today I postponed it for some later date.
How is the eternal life of the cosmically conscious to be understood? Is it an eternal life even if the body goes? Is it an eternal life with all the time the same body, or is it an eternal life with interchanging bodies?
Not interchanging bodies, certainly. And that eternal, take it as I say it, eternal life could be with this body and eternal life will be cosmic life without the body, where the individuality will not be found. Otherwise it could be that the aging process is stopped and one could eternally continue with this body. That is also possible. Both possibilities are there. Does it make sense? Hmm? Not only will, but something more than the will would keep this body. Something more will be that technique which will stop the process of change in the physical level.
There was the answer whether the cosmic consciousness would be a result of an evolution or a natural state, and you said it could be both. Now, in which cases could it be the one and in which cases the other?
By regular practice of meditation and taking it easy, in this life, in this body, we could accomplish cosmic consciousness. And by not meditating, or by sometimes meditating, and then taking another body, and then again taking another body, and then again taking another body, we'll come to that state of evolution after many lives. And by being regular, we could achieve it now, here.
He is not content with the answer he got. And he said his question was, how could it be that if man was created as cosmically conscious, as a natural state, that...
No cosmic conscious man would be born. By birth, no one would be cosmically conscious. To be cosmically conscious at the time of birth, he will have to be cosmically conscious at the time of death. And if he is cosmically conscious at the time of death, then he is not born. Therefore, no one man can be born as cosmically conscious. He may be 99%, and 1% has to be fulfilled in this life for which he is taking birth. By the sentence that you said, natural state of cosmic consciousness, by that I thought you mean that in a natural process of evolution, man would sometime achieve cosmic consciousness.
I think Mr. Clarkson means that this biblical story that man was perfect and has fallen from his higher state. Mr. Clarkson means in this state was man originally in the Garden of Paradise, created perfect and has fallen from this state and has to achieve it. I think that is his question.
Those in the beginning of creation, they were perfect. That was the ideal man created in the beginning, and that has been God's intention. But those who were created perfect, they were just created by the will of God. God thought a man should come, a perfect man, and there was that perfect man. But no man was born as a man with cosmic consciousness.
So he has had eternal life then.
Not a matter of fact, he has had. He is eternal life. He is. Man is eternal life. Not he has had at some time. He is. And at all time will be. Is eternal life.
Das ist nicht eine. So then he will always live also in both spaces, in the absolute space and in the relative space.
Two faces, outer and inner. They go side by side. Creation was created by the will of God, and then the wheel of evolution was set in motion. Then they kept on dying and being born, dying and being. The whole thing started from there. Creation means, created by God means, as we sleep in the morning we come out. And all the animals and birds and everything just sleeps in the night. When the day dawns, all come out. So all come out. And coming out, being awake on bed, they begin to move and go here and there and there and there. The whole thing starts. Just like that. Evolution amounts to capturing our natural state. Here we will say natural state, the maximum possibility. Up to that should be the man's life. Yeah. Someone not completely cut off. You would say completely absorbed. One who is cosmic, then cosmic. And cosmic is not cut off. It's completely absorbed, taken in. Completely taken in. That will be a better way of putting it. One will be found as an individual also, and the other will not have individuality.
It must be a wonderful state. But then, having merged into that state, creation begins anew. And with that a new beginning of the creation, all the suffering begins anew.
Creation doesn't begin anew. Creation remains the same. We start to enjoy newer values in that. We start to enjoy more and more and more and more. So only the joy increases and not suffering. We have no choice to suffer. We must enjoy. And even if we want to continue to suffer, we will be taken to enjoy more and more. God will not leave us to suffer. And if God fails, the SRM will not.